Hello everyone, Rebecca D'Onofrio here, and I wanted to quickly talk about the Buddhist view of interdependence. Interdependence is the idea that everything that comes to be, everything that is manifesting in our world, in our reality, is directly impacted by, affected by, and dependent upon everything else. Nothing exists independently of anything else. So an example of this is the air that we breathe. Human beings and beings like us depend on oxygen in the atmosphere in order to survive. So right there you can see that our existence as human beings depends upon the oxygen in the atmosphere so that we can breathe, so that we can survive. And we can even take a closer look. Where does the oxygen come from? So oxygen is the byproduct of photosynthesis. So plants take in sunlight to synthesize food, and a byproduct of that process is oxygen is released into the atmosphere, allowing beings like you and me to breathe. So not only are we dependent on the oxygen, but we're dependent upon the plants that are creating the oxygen. We're dependent upon the sunlight that is part of the process of plants creating the oxygen for us to breathe. So you can take a penetrating look at anything that exists and see, to come to the conclusion for yourself that everything is indeed interdependent. And not only are they interdependent, but also impermanent. So causes and conditions have to arise in order for anything to occur, such as the oxygen in the air. So as the right causes and conditions are arising for the oxygen to be in the air, we can survive. But when those causes and conditions cease to come together, if we no longer have sunlight, no longer have plants, then we no longer have the oxygen in the air and we can no longer survive. And so human beings cease to be. So everything is impacting everything else. Everything is affecting everything else, and nothing is permanent. Everything is constantly changing. And this points to the fact that everything is empty. The Buddhist view of emptiness is not a void or a vacuum or nothingness. The idea of emptiness is that nothing exists independently by itself. Everything depends on everything else. Everything depends on causes and conditions coming together. And when they no longer are coming together, when those causes and conditions cease to be, so does that manifestation or whatever it is. So things don't exist independently of themselves. Things are always changing. Therefore, nothing exists. Nothing exists independently of anything else. That's the idea of emptiness. So that's just a little taste. You can go deeper and deeper with this stuff, but I just wanted to give a little taste of what these concepts or ideas or views are. And they're describing how our reality is. So thanks for listening, and I encourage you to keep contemplating these topics, and let me know what you come up with. Thank you.